Emotional intelligence is celebrated as the ultimate leadership skill, but for INFJs, it can be dangerous. It's the very gift that makes them extraordinary and the very reason so many burnout, get manipulated, or disappear from the world entirely.
Creativity is a positive personality trait, right? But there is a high correlation between creativity and psychopathology, which is mental illness, particularly depression, schizophrenia, and alcoholism. And there are quite a few high-profile examples of creative people who had mental illnesses, like Alexander McQueen, Kurt Cobain, Van Gogh. So what that shows is that there's an area of overlap of three particular ways of thinking that are underpinned by neurology that are the reasons that people with mental illness are so creative. And they are basically hyperconnectivity. So that's two things. That's joining the dots in the material world of things that aren't obvious to other people. But it's also hyperconnectivity inside the brain. If you think about all these lobes, the more lobes that are firing at the same time, and there's also a cortex that's known as the association cortex. So that one, these lobes can be firing, but they're not necessarily connecting up with each other. The more interconnected all this firing is in the brain, the more the brain opens up to new ideas, and so that underpins creativity. And also, this usually really involves the visual cortex, which is in the occipital lobes, and that's why sometimes people, whether it's through psychedelics or sort of altered states of consciousness through creativity, can see things that they didn't see before. There's also something called novelty salience, which is noticing new things, or just noticing things of importance that you would otherwise have filtered out. And there's something called attenuated latent inhibition, or low latent inhibition, which is to do with that filter. And it means that the filter allows more things in than it normally does. So you can see we've got hyperconnection, we've got noticing more things, and we've got the filter like loosening and allowing more things in. Is creativity a conduit for me to get not only back to the state that I was in before, but into a state of expanded awareness where I can loosen the filter as I choose fit?
I've lived this. In the workplace, my ability to read the room has gotten me promotions, solved conflicts, and built trust in minutes, but it's also left me drained, questioning my boundaries, and at times feeling like I was living someone else's life instead of my own. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the INFJ's secret workplace superpowers and the hidden struggles no one's talking about. I'm Lisa, author and researcher on emotional intelligence. If you want to master the art of being human in high-stakes environments, subscribe now, because this is where we decode what others can't even see. Superpower number 1, emotional pattern mapping. INFJs don't just notice behaviors, they map emotional patterns. While AI or extroverted leaders might collect feedback through surveys, INFJs absorb the subtleties in tone, body language, and micro-expressions. You can predict when a project is about to derail before anyone else senses it. But here's the catch. This constant scanning can keep your nervous system in fight or flight mode without you even realizing it. Superpower, chakra 2, deep trust activation. People trust you with their rawest truths because you've created emotional safety without even trying. That trust is your leverage. You can inspire loyalty and unity faster than most managers could dream of. But in toxic workplaces, that same openness can make you the go-to emotional dumping ground, and it's exhausting. If this is resonating with you, hit subscribe now so you don't miss what's next. Every week, we're breaking down the psychological edge of being an INFJ and how to protect it. Hidden struggle number 1, manipulation risk. Here's something most YouTubers won't tell you. Your emotional intelligence makes you highly programmable. A skilled manipulator can mirror your values and language to get you to lower your guard. If you don't actively question people's motives, your greatest strength becomes a weapon in someone else's hands. Hidden struggle. Number 2, empathy fatigue. Every emotional burden you take on leaves a residue. Over time, it stacks. Your body starts to feel it, your mood shifts, and suddenly you're not showing up with the same energy that made you magnetic in the first place. That's empathy fatigue, and for INFJs, it's an occupational hazard. Hidden struggle. Number 3, identity overlap. You adapt so well to others' emotional worlds that you can lose your own voice. Weeks, months, or even years later, you realize you've been leading from a version of yourself that isn't entirely yours. That's why so many INFJs go through career pivots. They're reclaiming their original blueprint. The reframe strategic boundaries. The solution isn't shutting down your empathy, it's weaponizing it strategically. Use your gift to navigate, not to absorb. Protect your bandwidth the way a CEO protects capital. Partner your intuition with tools that help you filter noise, and you'll not only last longer, you'll lead stronger. Tell me in the comments, has your emotional intelligence ever backfired at work? Or if you're an INFJ, what's one hidden struggle you face that no one talks about? I read every comment, and your insights shape future videos. If this helped you see your strengths and your risks more clearly, subscribe and turn on notifications. Next watch, the INFJ at work, secret superpowers and hidden struggles. We're diving into the dark side of INFJ leadership and the power plays no one sees coming. I'll see you there.